way. Welcome in. We have, Rico, this is one of those shows where I'm super excited about every one of our topics, yet I don't know if any of them will work. These are my favorite shows. They lead to disappointment, heartbreak, and anger. So
No. Here's the thing. It leads to great discussion amongst us, and honestly, sometimes I like those shows because it's just us.
It's fair. All right, we're gonna be crazy guys. We're gonna be two wild and crazy guys on this Halloween, and I'm gonna open the show with something probably insane. I would like to have a conversation, and I need the Yzerbots. Can anyone help me? A new person showed up at LCA last night as the Wings were blasted off the ice again and booed off their home ice again. And this person goes by a moniker, PCC, short for Paying Customer Costa. Rico, did you catch this morning?
I did.
Jim is pissed. And little Jimmy Cookies, old PCC, got himself a little mini ticket package, and he is yet to be able to stay for a game. He's 0 for 3. They've been blasted in all three. He booed the team off the ice last night. But it got me thinking about something. And Kenny's going to have to play a role here. Because, look, a lot of Red Wing fans play the role of Jerry Falwell. They'll just sit in the corner and let Stevie do whatever he wants. I don't roll that way. I've had enough. Because watching this team, oh, you're an ignorant slut about hockey. Cool. Name one thing this team's good at. Talk to me like I'm a second grader. Name one thing. I mean, even an ignoramus like myself can look up that they are one of the worst teams. I believe they're third worst in the sport on even strength shot creation. Translation, you blow. They have 17 goalies. It means you don't have one. They don't play exciting hockey. They don't really look interested. They aren't exciting. And they don't shoot the puck. Shoot it! And by the way, they're one of the oldest teams in the league. Again. Can someone tell me one thing this team is good at? And better yet, in year 6 of the grand Yzer plan. Can anyone even tell me what the identity of the Detroit Red Wings is? Like, what? Thank you, Kat. I mean, seriously. It's laughable to me. They don't look any better than last year. And it's like, you know, for the bots, what's it like knowing your GM's not really trying? Like, seriously. Because when you say things like, well, Stevie doesn't want to give term. Cool. That's why you can't go get anybody good. Oh, just wait for the kids. And I'm like, right, it's year 6. It's the third oldest team in hockey. Again. When are these kids arriving exactly? Is this the world's longest pregnancy? When do they drop out of mama's womb? 2027? Kenny, cut the cord. Yeah. Help me, people.
Gestation of an elephant. Yes, you're right.
Man, you thought horse pregnancies were long at 11 months. Try a Red Wings rebuild. Try waiting on that baby. Kenny, you there, or have you walked out in anger?
No, I'm here. I'm just digesting everything you've just presented to us.
After the last couple of days, I'm sure it's about to come right out.
100%. I mean, you got the text from me last night. You know exactly how I feel about my hockey team right now.
You're my inspiration for the topic, brother, because when you start to turn evil, when you go Happy Halloween and your head is spinning and pea soup is flying out of your mouth, yeah, dude, I just... Kenny, am I fine? I'm not, I'm not Don Cherry here. But Kenny, do I have a right to? Am I wrong anywhere? And do I have a right to say the things I'm saying?
It's year 6. This team is 10 games in. We're 4-5-1. That doesn't exactly reek of a year 6 rebuild. That should be year 3 or year 2. Is that kind of thing. And now we're talking about. I want to get rid of Derek Lalonde conversation because that was basically. All over social media last night, which I know you don't participate in. But, yeah, no, I think this team is riddled with problems, and I think you nail it when you say, well, what do they do well? What are they good at? They don't have particularly good goaltending. They don't have particularly good defense. You want to say, oh, they're calling up the young guys. Yeah, Albert Johansson got used as a turnstile last night. I don't know what to tell you. This team does nothing particularly well, and the lines that they've created to do things well aren't doing them. So, yes, I'm very frustrated with my hockey team right now.
It also feels like Lalonde just puts players' names in a hat and draws them out as far as line combinations go. I mean, I would love to hear from people on this because, Kenny, something else is going on, and you are certainly closer to it than I am. And people, maybe you're a different version of PCC, paying customer Costa. Guys, I want to repeat to you, third time this year the Red Wings have been booed off their home ice. Just throwing that out there. And I'm sorry, but like, oh, well, they dealt Ole Mata to create more room. And I'm like, right, and they gave away Wallman this summer. Or they let Gajdsberg go away. And now your power play doesn't have nearly the juice it had. And you're like, okay, Mike's an ignoramus with hockey. He's largely left hockey in the rearview mirror. But, he is making some sense. That should scare you. So for all the people who sit here and defend this crap, just tell me when. If I'm not right now, okay, when would I have the right to say this? Also, if you are doing some form of lame-ass welfare receipts deal, guys, I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what the future holds. I'm here right now, and they got blasted again last night. They've lost 3 in a row. And if you're getting booed at home, that speaks to something different, Rico. Mm-hmm. That speaks to fans being tired, and I think it's okay to talk about it.
Mike, I think it leads to the fact, how are we different from last year? What moves did we make? We almost made the playoffs, so did we go all in? Doesn't look like it. As you said, we got 3 goalies, so we really don't have one goalie. We're kind of spinning the wheel here. Team doesn't seem to have really any identity, something for the fans to grab hold to, even if it's something as ridiculous as in baseball with pitching chaos with the Tigers. It was something. It worked, and it made the fans feel good. You go down there, and you have high expectations, and you just see this team sometimes play, sometimes they don't. It's inconsistent, and I understand why Costa and a lot of people boo them off the ice because – you do expect more. You expected more out of Steve Yzerman. You expected more out of the Red Wings organization, and you're not getting it. And this, look, I know it's a long season that people will say that, but you can extrapolate this and say this is going to be another disappointing season for the Wings.
Right. It's a year we talked about. In order for me to believe in the Yzer plan and believe they're really making progress, you were going to have to be a real playoff team this year, not fighting for the last spot.
That was last year.
Right. And now, I got to be honest. FanDuel put the odds out preseason. We did a couple segments talking about it. They had the 11th best odds. Maybe FanDuel's right. And if that's the case, you look at it and go, why the hell are we putting up with this? Why is this guy Teflon? Oh, great. You want to make Derek Lalonde the Satan. Okay, fine. Who you bringing in? Who's going to fix your goaltending situation? Who's going to fix a defensive core that outside of Mo Sider, you're pathetic? And don't get me started on the offensive stuff. Your big move was retaining Patrick Kane. So, people, I'd like to hear from you. This is where the hockey, Kenny, if you could be like Ron Burgundy and get a seashell and blow into the sky. I need the hockey elite. The bat signal is up. 248-539-9797. I'm Ron Barr from EA Sports. It's NHL 93. I need to hear from you guys because I just would like to know if it's not okay for me to feel this way. Tell me when it is, and tell me, name one thing this team's good at, and name one thing that you would say under Steve Yzerman is the Red Wing identity. Do that for me in year 6. Can you do that for me? Anyone? I don't think Kenny can, and I'm not making fun of Kenny. Kenny's hurting right now. Mm-hmm. So am I, to be honest. Thanks a lot, Yankees. The point is, we're not talking about it. It'll only upset me. We're not talking about it.
Okay.
But really, how do you not cover first base? Seriously. Yeah, but I'm not going to talk about it. 248-539-9797. Yeah, yes, Rico. There were only 2 people I was happy for last night. The poor little kid fighting cancer who got the seats from those 2 animals who got kicked out of the game, and Freddie Freeman. because I think Freddie Freeman's one of the gentlemen in the game.
Yeah.
He himself has been through a ton of personal strife, along with getting called a scumbag during a cancer tribute where he's holding up his mother's name. Those are the only two people I'm happy for. Also, Dave Roberts can kiss my ass. Nobody believed in us. F you. Go back to L.A., you con artist.
I left you alone, Mike, but I knew your pain. I experienced that pain about, 7-8 months ago.
Oh, I know. The Niners. Yeah,
you don't know the rule? What do you mean you don't know the rules of overtime? What?
Yeah. Playing the role of Vildor, Aaron Judge in center. 248-539-9797. David.
Yeah.
5-0. I'm sorry.
Wow.
But I'm not going to talk about it. I promise. We'll just move along. I would love to hear from the people.
But hold on. Mike.
All right. Just go ahead. What?
I normally don't. But you said one thing in the text message last night.
What?
This is why I hate sports.
Listen.
It was so
I'm shooting you straight. I'm sitting there watching the World Series, and I'm attempting to have a decent time. It's bad enough that every commercial break, I mean, I must have the one commercial where they're talking about every transgender inmate would have access. They must have played that ad 733 times last night. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to have a decent time. I'm getting besieged by political ads. My Yankees, did we just blow a 5-0 lead with 2 outs because it's Little League out here? Aaron Judge goes Bob Vildor. Garrett Cole doesn't cover first base. Volpe throws the ball into the dirt. I'm like, oh, my God, I hate sports.
Here's Mike's night. Error. Commercial. Error. Commercial. Error. Commercial.
David,
Politics.
I imagine Mike like sitting in a chair looking like Jon Snow with this fur coat on, gigantic fireplace, drink in hand. I hate sports. I just hate everything about this.
I really questioned why.
Just an empty,
why
dark
do I bother?
room.
Why is this happening? Oh, my God. I'll tell you what we'll do. 248-539-9797. I want to get the calls lined up. Ticket text. David, I want to hear from you. And then if Kenny, after hearing the full presentation, has any Festivus grievances to file with me that I'm not qualified to say what I'm saying, I would like to enter those to the courtroom, and we will discuss those. Does that work for everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, happy Halloween, Rico. It sure was a nightmare last night.